today we are counting down the top 5 things that are new in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Things is very general, so basically anything in the game that is different from Sun and Moon. It could be an improvement, it could not be. But this video also serves as somewhat of a theory video as to what is going to be in Pokemon's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. That being said, without further ado, let's start. Number 5, a new story. To start us off, the main focal point of the transition is the new story mentioned in the Pokemon Direct. Considering this, and that we're getting 2 enhanced remakes instead of 1, the games are most likely going to fit in like Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 did. That is in that they offer a generally different game in the same region. A lot of upcoming things I'm gonna say relate to this, so keep that in mind. On the topic of a newer story though, we could probably expect it to take place later than Pokemon Sun and Moon. You know how I could tell? This Nintendo Switch right here. That means it must take place in 2019 or something, because you've got to admit, you're probably not going to get one until then. Also, the characters shown in the Pokemon Direct look different than those of the original Pokemon Sun and Moon, probably hinting at a different time period. With that said, the Aether Foundation and Team Skull probably have progressed with their newer plans, and we'll probably see the Ultra Beasts play a new crucial role. I mean, it's called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon after all. Number 4, enhanced or changed environments. Many people have been saying that when Pokemon Sun and Moon are compared to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that the newer games have better graphics. But I don't really see it. When we moved from Black and White to Black 2 and White 2, actually basically any enhanced remake, there really wasn't much of a shift in terms of how they looked. So I'd say that aspect of this category remains the same. As is, they're pushing the 3DS to the limit of what it could do with a 240p display. I mean, when you quit Sun and Moon, the whole system has to reboot, so I think that's telling us a little bit of something. However, there is probably a difference in the region as a whole. That is the layout of the towns and stuff, as well as newly constructed buildings and objects. This is observed most in regional remakes and enhancements, most notably in Black 2 and White 2 with advancing architecture, as well as Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire with Mauville City and the Sea Mauve. It's all pretty good. Considering this new story and time, a changed region is quite likely. Number 3, higher emphasis on Mega Evolution. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, we saw a general decline in the usage of Mega Evolution in favor of the Z Crystals. Considering that Z Crystals are basically the gym badges of Alola, and that Z moves are becoming very commonplace in competitive tournaments, we probably won't see a decrease in the usage of that. However, considering how the person in the Pokemon Direct was talking about how we'll see Pokemon that we've never seen before, it's safe to assume more Mega Evolutions will be thrown into the mix somewhere. As I said in last week's video, Alola is the only region to date not to have any Mega Evolution Pokemon. Now would be a great time to do that. This may also follow a potentially newly set pattern. When X and Y came out, there were no Kalos Pokemon able to Mega Evolve. However, when the second games of that generation came out, those being Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, this was resolved with Mega Deontay. It could be the same case with Generation 7, as giving new Mega Evolutions would also give competitive players more incentive to buy. Number 2, new Pokemon forms. This kind of adds into the last point that I made, in that they would add new forms in order to A, make you buy the game if you want to stay competitive, B, make you buy the game if you want to stay cool in school, C, make you think, oh wow, that's pretty cool, and also to add to the story. That's probably the least greedy thing that I said. So if you love Nintendo and Game Freak with all of your heart, and they're just the best people ever, most kind-hearted person you ever know, scratch everything before that last one. Okay, let's get on to the topic. New Pokemon forms in these games have obviously already been revealed with that armored-looking Solgaleo and Lunala. With the name of the game being Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I'm going to use my Alakazam to tell me that this is called an Ultra form. It probably relates to the Ultra Beasts in some way, with there being a 99.9999% chance that that is the name. Thus, in that case, it probably applies to even more Pokemon, introducing a new form for all that will probably be forgotten like countless predecessors. However, these new forms of Solgaleo and Lunala also bear resemblance to the elusive Pokemon Necrozma, which also may hint at a return of a fusion-like thing with the DNA splicers like in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Number 1, new minor features. Yes. This is the epitome of generalization, but just stick with me and I will clear it up for you. There are quite a few new things that are somewhat minor in the game that would cause a larger difference, so I put them into this umbrella section of sorts. One such thing is character customization. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, there was character customization like in X and Y, but it was still quite limited. As can be told by the trailers, there is probably somewhat of a change for the better in the amount of stuff you could wear, which is great because it's actually a really cool feature. Another smaller feature that we will probably see change is the online multiplayer interface. Currently, it's this weird plaza thing that always gets me confused as to what to do, and also probably has a bunch of random things that you didn't do yourself. It wasn't that well received, so we'll probably be seeing it cleaned up in this newer edition. We'll also probably see more under the hood advancements, maybe to work better with the original 3DS, but that's kind of unlikely. However, those are my picks for 5 things, basically all improvements, that we will most likely see in the upcoming Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. However, these trailers can be interpreted differently, so what do you think? What are we likely to see in these new Pokemon games? Please leave a comment down below. You can also subscribe to see videos like this twice a week. Regardless, E3 is going on, and I will see you in the next video.